Hello again, Trisha Keel from Tomorrow's Key. I'm back today with a very special presentation that I'm going to call Dragons and Tigers and Fears. Oh my. This has been inspired by an overwhelming emotional experience, and we all have overwhelming emotional experiences now and then. We have to remember that we, like everything else in the universe, are made of energy. Every person, place, thing, event, and thought is made of energy. And energy by nature is always moving. It is always in motion. And the energy within us that moves us, we call our emotions. So when we have an overwhelming emotional experience or a significant emotional experience, it can take control over our thoughts and our minds and overpower our clarity of creation and the ability to recognize that the fears that we're feeling aren't really real. Dragons by nature can be great big giant flying flame breathing terrifying critters, and if we get into a position financially or in a relationship or where perhaps in your career, if you have a boss that is not working with you but rather working against you, you can become afraid for maintaining your job, maintaining your lifestyle, losing your home. How are you going to pay the bills? You can feel disempowered, and you can feel helpless. This is not a delicious feeling. In fact, this is as far away from feeling good as one can get. The two words repeated most often in the Bible are fear not. Fear are false emotions appearing real. If we look at our dragons, we sometimes discover that they're only this big. But when they're in our imaginations, when we're just thinking about, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I going to do? It can get so big that we work ourselves up into an emotional frenzy that begins to resonate with a vibrational frequency that starts bringing what you fear the most to you. Just like, I think it was Job that said, that which I have feared the most has come upon me. I'm not really, I don't have the Bible memorized, although I have read it a couple of times. I'm not a big Bible quoter, but I'm quoting it to you here because I want you to understand that if you focus your mind on the dragon that you're afraid of at any particular time, then you abdicate your power of your mind to get control over these emotions that are taken over and completely disempowering you. For example, let's say in today's financial economic climate, you're looking at the rumors that the company that you have a job with is looking at laying off a bunch of people, which very likely could be right where you are. You may go home then and sit down with your spouse or significant other or roommate or whatever and start talking about how you're scared and what you're afraid of, and oh my God, what are you going to do, and how are you going to pay the rent, and how are you going to make your car payment, and how are you going to buy groceries, and how are you going to survive, and this is going to be so terrible, and you're going to lose your job, and oh no, oh no. And next thing you know, that's exactly what happens. Not a good thing. I can tell you from personal experience that the worry and fret and stressing over something that may happen is the most pointless waste of energy that there is. Let it happen, then deal with it. There are times when you won't have enough money to pay everybody that wants something from you. But if you have some money, you can talk yourself up the emotional scale from abject disempowerment to Oh, you might get mad about it first. Being mad about it feels better than feeling helpless about it. How dare they fire me? I am really, really good at what I do. I made them a lot of money by taking such good care of their customers. I saved 3 accounts that they didn't even thank me for. I'll take my skills and I'll put them to work for myself, or I'll go take them to another company and I bet I can make even more money than I was making before. And that anger makes you feel better than the helpless of, oh my God, what am I going to do? And you can go from there to, well, they may have fired me today, but I still have some money in the bank, and I'll bet if I talk to the people that I need to pay bills with, I can talk to them and say, okay, I've got this, I've got things I've got to do. I want to give you some and them some, and I bet they'll work with me. I bet they will. I bet I'm not the only person out there that has this kind of situation. I'll talk to people that I know, and I'll use all my connections. And your connections are your white tigers. Your dragons are overpowered by white tigers. When you have ancestors and relatives and friends and colleagues or previous co-workers with whom you have established a long-term relationship, this white tiger network can serve you to take you to a place that's even better than you were. So what you were afraid of may turn out to be the very best thing of all. I want you to remember, you have the power to take a deep breath and stop that monkey mind of yours from running you into the ground with fear and helplessness. When those dragons are so giant that they are eating you alive, say stop and just take a deep breath. And don't talk to anyone else about it. Don't tell stories about it. Don't call your friends or your mothers or your sisters or your neighbors or anyone. Start looking for evidence around you that you're okay. That you've always been okay. And you always will be okay. Your lights are on. Hey, you're doing better than a lot of people. You got $20 in your pocket. You're doing better than 80% of the people in the world. So focus on the good stuff. There's an old story about an Indian who talks to his grandson and tells his grandson that he has 2 wolves that live in his mind. And one wolf is always angry and always tearing things up and tearing things down, and he is jealous and he is fearful. And the other wolf is strong and he is proud and he knows that he is capable, and that the forest is his home, and it has always provided for him and it always will. And one of these wolves will live and one of these wolves will die. And the grandson says, but grandfather, which wolf will live? And the grandfather says, the one I feed, my son. The one I feed. I want you to feed the good wolf, my friend. Fear not the dragons. Embrace the tigers and know that it's all going to be just fine. It's always been fine. It always will be fine. It's fine right now. Look around you. Prove it to yourself. Expect something wonderful to happen to you today, and it will. This is Trisha Keel, Tomorrow's Key.